Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of May 16th through the 23rd. And during that time, we have a new moon that comes in on the 17th, and that's a time for a fresh start, new beginning, a good time to learn a new skill or start any new projects, be they inner or outer, also to make new decisions. So keep that in mind. We then have the waxing crescent energy that goes on for the rest of the week, and that's about heightened senses and a good time to execute those things that we've just started and to live up to our expectations and intentions. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Capricorn. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is that conclusions are within reach. Okay, let's see what the Capricorn Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling, my fun weekly reminder this week is that you take this opportunity with the new moon to learn something new. And I don't mean just one cute little fact or whatever. I mean to really deep dive on something like, say there's something that you've been wanting to learn how to do, and it could be some art thing. It could be a recipe. It could be working out, a new workout method. It's just something. Find something, do a deep dive, and by the end of it, learn how to be an expert on it. It could be some historical fact. I know with me, things will happen in the news, and I'm like, well, what happened in history with that thing? Because I didn't really pay that much attention in history class. I was way more interested in what was happening out the window. So when it comes to history, there's a lot that I do not know. And I do have to go look up things all the time and say, oh, okay, that's what happened. Now I get it. I'm a little more engaged and interested as an adult, more so than in my youth. So, but find something and just do a deep dive on it. Give yourself a couple of hours and really read a book, find a lecture, take a class maybe, but just learn something this week. That is my fun weekly reminder for you. So, all right, I will stop babbling about it. Let's get into this reading. Capricorn, May 16th through the 23rd. Conclusions are within reach. And your present energy right now is the Devil card. So we've got something coming up for you that's false. It's a false truth. This could be some sort of fear of failure. You're not feeling very confident about something. A little bit insecure. This could be something that you're being very closed-minded about. So think about that. Something that you're in denial about, something that you're obsessed with, right? This could be some kind of battle that you're dealing with when it comes to dependency. Anything that kind of distracts you from being on your path, on your straight and narrow path to get to wherever it is you're going. But again, conclusions are within reach. So let's see what kind of demons you're fighting here. I just had this card come out in, let's see, what was the reading I just did? The Sagittarius reading. So if you have a Sagittarius in your life, and it was the very interesting reading because of where this card came out. If you have a Sagittarius in your life, you may want to watch that reading. Anyway, okay, let's see what your current situation is with that energy. Interesting. This card also came out in the Sagittarius reading in this position, although the Devil was differently. So once again, sometimes you need to cross watch if you've got these people in your life. It's funny, after I do all the readings for the whole week, I have a weird little overview of how all the different signs are interacting with each other. And I see certain cards in different positions for it. It's just the most interesting thing. When I learned this, I've been reading these cards now for the collective for over a year, and I'm learning just as much as anyone because I see, like I said, I can see the interactions. I would love to almost be able to lay out all of the tarot readings that I feel like I could draw a line and here's where this sign is interacting with this sign. It's very interesting. Anyway, this is about celebrating and having a good time, but here lies this Devil card under this. Are you doing a little bit too much celebrating, too much of having a good time? Are you kind of distracted by something? Are you having some issue with something that's like a dependent situation? This could be, just make sure that you're dealing with things that need to be dealt with, and especially if it comes to something in the celebratory realm, in the party realm. So you'll know what I'm talking about if you're dealing with that. Anyway, so yeah, your current situation has to do with kind of celebration, and it could be that things are kind of new for you, and you're celebrating that fact, but you are feeling just a little bit insecure about something. This could be just kind of a new start for you that's happening, and you're not quite there yet. But don't let that devil get in and be again, that's false. It's a false thing. It's a fear of, insecurities that creep in, that the devil are on your shoulder. Those are false. They're not really real. So try to fight that this week and try to be a little bit more optimistic about whatever is going on for you. At the root of your situation, Ace of Swords. So some sort of mental breakthrough or something that's coming in for you. Um, you're having some sort of realization about something. And again, that could be, then that the devil could be kind of chipping away and saying, well, that's not really true, even though you kind of know it to be true, So you make sure you understand which thoughts are yours and which ones are false insecurities and things, I guess. Okay, in your recent past here is the Chariot card. So you were getting ready to make some sort of move, and that's why I'm saying maybe this is something new. Here we are under this new moon, and it could be that there is something new that's starting for you this week. So just try not to let, again, that devil be in your ear too much. What is on your mind this week is the Ace of Wands. So I like this. This is definitely, a reading about new things that coming about. You've got new ideas. You've got things that you're newly passionate about. So you're excited about whatever this is. We just have to work on your confidence level a little bit, Capricorn. So that's usually not a problem for Capricorn. So maybe you're just a little bit out of your element a little bit, and you need to just kind of observe until you feel more comfortable, right? What is just ahead of you is that thinking your way out of something. So there might be some situation that comes up, and just remember that no situation is so difficult that you can't think your way out of. So just go ahead and think your way out of it. Be as confident as you typically are, and things will just be fine. In your advice position here is, yeah, you're going to feel a little bit like an outsider. I almost feel like, are you there's just something. Are you starting maybe a new job? Did you just move somewhere? I feel like this is kind of a new thing. You've got new things that are very positive in this move that you've made. And again, this could be in a job, this could be in a relationship, this could be in a physical move, physical, like you've moved from one house to another. But you're feeling a little bit like an outsider. And because this is in your advice position, I always like to say this is the card of comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare yourself to others. If it's a new job, don't compare yourself to the guy that's been there for 20 years. Don't compare yourself to the woman who has a degree in this position and has been there forever. Be where you are and be confident where you are. And again, just keep your ears open and learn things, learn from others, and don't let that fear, um you know of don't let insecurities that you're having about this kind of get in your way, and don't compare. You're going to think your way out of some things, and I feel like you almost feel like you're crawling, and you're going to learn to walk, and later learn to run in whatever the situation is. What is beyond your control this week? King of Swords. So you're definitely going to have your logic come into play. And that's okay. That's going to be at your benefit this week. It's beyond your control to just be very logical and be able to think things through very clearly. So do that. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Well, here's another party. So it's your secret desire to be celebrating. And maybe, again, like I said, this could be some dependent thing where you just can't wait to finish what you're doing so you can get to the chemical of your choice. Are you trying to use that for some reason? Or is this something even bigger that you're looking forward to? That could be too. So, it's funny to see both of those cards come up in this week with the underlying other things that are going on. So if there's something to be celebrated, of course, celebrate it. Let's not celebrate so hard that we lose track of what we're doing there. In your outcome position is the Strength card. So be strong enough to get through this week. I do feel like it's going to get better for you next week. You're doing some comparisons to others this week, and again, this could be like if you move to a different house that you're kind of comparing to friends or something, well, this house isn't as nice as whatever, it could be, again, if it's a professional situation, you're comparing yourself to someone else who's maybe been around longer than you. So just let's just there's a lot going on, but you've got this new thing happening here, new, and you're enjoying it. There's just little things that are tripping you up a little bit. What's hidden from you at the bottom of the deck here is really thinking about your future. You're really in the moment. You're not really thinking about the future yet. You're just kind of in the moment and trying to get through it. But are you strong enough? Absolutely. That's in your outcome. You're strong enough to get through this. And I do think, again, if you come back next week, I feel like your confidence is going to be built, and it's going to be better. It's going to be better next week. And also, your overall was conclusions are within reach. That doesn't say conclusions are happening this week. They're within reach. So we're getting there. You're getting there. Tarot readings, I know I do these for a week, but life doesn't happen in a week. Life is an ongoing thing, and you have things that started weeks ago that are still ongoing and will be going a few weeks from now. So it seems like one of those situations that it does seem to be improving, and you are strong enough for it to improve. So, all right, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message here for Capricorn. Count your blessings. That's always good advice, especially if you're feeling insecure. Think about the things that you are thankful for, and you know what your natural gifts are. You have those at your disposal anytime. Don't compare yourself to others. You know that you know where you're strong. So, all right, let's get you a self-care wisdom card. What does Capricorn need to do in the way of self-care this week? And the card that you get is the card called Success. Today is a really good day. You're in the flow. Problems are solved quickly and easily. Helpful people show up for you, and unexpected gifts fall into your lap. Look, you can think your way through things. Don't let this devil be in your ear. It's a good day. Your problems are solved quickly. Things are happening. I feel like you're learning. You're getting through some things. So count your blessings for that. And remember that conclusions are within reach. Again, probably not this week, but you're working at it and you're moving forward. If you can avoid this devil and not let that devil get in your ear for too long, you're going to be just fine. So, Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. I hope there was something in this reading that resonated with you and something you can use in a positive way in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below and let me know. Or if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those for you as well. And if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe is really, really kind of you to do for me. So thank you so much in advance for doing that. And if you've already been doing that, thank you so much for being a subscriber and coming back to see me and spending some time here with me. So, Capricorn, again, good luck with this. Thanks so much. And I will see you next week. Bye bye.